My name is Jason Oliver and I love working with wire. So the theme of my work is really centered around nature and trees. And what's really important about, I think, what I do and what people acknowledge about my work is the root system of a tree is really intriguing. When you think about what happens with a tree underneath the ground and the complexity of the roots, how far they expand, that just fascinates me. And I love to make trees that really highlight the root system as a fundamental part of the piece. Well, I started working with a little bit of tie wire a long time ago when I met somebody in the streets of Santa Cruz, and I wondered if I could start sculpting trees. I started cutting thousands of strands of wire and just building trees. Eventually I ran out of people to give them to, and I started to selling them. And then in the last 6 months I've started putting trees in frames and really exploring with 3D wall art. It was really by accident. I was at a show and I did a trade with one of my vendors. He gave me a bunch of frames and I just thought it'd be really cool to put a tree in a frame. And as soon as I started doing it, it seemed to be so popular. I kept doing more and more and larger and larger. I've now made trees with 5,000 feet of wire that sit in literally frames that are probably half the size of me. Well, I'd have to say I'd never done anything artistic before, and I've only been working with wire about 2 years. So I was inspired by seeing somebody do it in the streets of Santa Cruz. And then once I started working with wire, now I'm inspired by all artists and all forms of art. It sort of activated a part of my mind, and since that's happened, I've been a lot happier. Well, that's an interesting question. I would say I make really good trees when I'm stressed out or angry. I make really good trees when I'm sad, and I make really good trees when I'm happy. So all levels of emotion kind of feed my creativity. The only thing that's important is that I feed the creativity however I'm feeling. And art is a great outlet for that. My name is Jason Oliver and I am a raw artist.